My Lord and my God, I firmly believe that you are here, that you see me, that you hear me. I adore you with profound reverence. I ask your pardon for my sins and grace to make this time of prayer fruitful. My Immaculate Mother, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me. And there was a prophetess, Anna, the daughter of Phanuel, of the tribe of Asher. She was advanced in years, having lived with her husband 7 years from when she was a virgin, and then as a widow until she was 84. She did not depart from the temple, worshiping and fasting in prayer night and day. And coming up at that very hour, she began to give thanks to God and to speak to him of all who were waiting for the redemption of Jerusalem. Jesus, as we're in this time of the octave of Christmas, still these days, unpacking that great gift that you gave us on Christmas Day of your birth, the joy to the world, your incarnation, celebrating your love for us, becoming one of us. We read in the Gospels some of the passages that we maybe have associated with particular feast days. For example, we're right now in what would be read at the presentation, but we get a chance to look at them in a different light. And these are some ones that we don't hear about as frequently, as much as we hear about the miracles and the parables. And today we hear about Anna from Asher. Anna, who is, we're told, always in the temple. She's there day and night. And she's there to pray and to fast. She worships, but she's always there. She doesn't leave. Maybe she goes out to get some food or people bring her things, but pretty much when you're around the temple, you're going to see Anna. And we hear that she was old, that she was at least 84. It may have been that she was 84, having lived for over 60 years as a widow, or maybe that she, in other ways of reading the Greek, lived as a widow for 84 years, which would put her to be over 100. So here she is, elderly Anna, always at the temple. And when people would go up for the different feast days, they may see her there. And there are probably other men and women of a similar type who would always be around, and people would see them. And so when travelers from all the different areas would go to the temple on the feast day, well, there's Anna, and there's John, right? There's Maria, and they're always there. They're praying. They're the regulars. They're the regulars around the temple, whereas so many other people are the pilgrims and the visitors. And we don't really know anything about Anna. Here she is. She has this great honor of being one of the ones to point you out at your presentation along with Simeon, but that we don't really know that much else about her. We know that she's from the tribe of Asher, and her dad's name is Phanuel. Now, Asher is one of those tribes that they're not one of the popular tribes of the 12 tribes of Israel. It's not Judah. It's not even Benjamin. It's not Reuben. It's Asher. And if you look it up in the Bible, you really only get Asher when you get lists of the 12 tribes. You don't get anything special from the tribe of Asher. We hear about the birth of Jacob's son, Asher. And then basically he's only ever listed when there's lists of the 12 tribes. We do know that the tribe of Asher, we're told in the book of Judges, that they did not fulfill their duty to drive out the Canaanite residents of the place where they were to settle, and so they lived side by side with the Canaanites of the area, which was not what God wanted. It would be thought that they would probably have intermarriages, be worshiping each other's gods, and there'd be a lot of problems that would happen, and that's part of the drama of the book of Joshua and Judges. And so Asher is a tribe that really doesn't shine all that much. But now here we are with Anna of this very nobody tribe who's in the temple. She's always there. And again, even her dad's name, Phanuel, which Luke tells us, which is great to know, but he's not listed anywhere else in the Bible either. So we really don't know anything about her, but she's there. She's the lady around the temple. And so when Mary and Joseph bring the child Jesus to the temple at his presentation, she blesses God. Right? That very hour she begins to give thanks to God and to speak about you, Jesus, to all who are waiting for the redemption of Jerusalem. Right? Anna, the temple lady, she points you out. She speaks about you. She's been praying. She's been fasting. She's been waiting for you. And this woman that no one really knows and who's not at all famous, she's the one who points you out. What a great honor it is. And these types of Annas exist very much, Jesus, within your church today. In churches all around the world, there are faithful women and men who, in their advanced years usually, are very dedicated to the upkeep of the temples in your honor, our parish churches and other areas of prayer where you are worshipped. And often if you go to a parish church in different parts of the world, there's a handful of people who are very dedicated and who are there almost every day. And they're taking care of a lot of different things. They're faithfully being sure that the church is looked after and cared for and that things are clean and in order. And they're praying. They spend a lot of time in prayer, talking to you, Jesus, and particularly in so many cities where churches where you reside can be just passed by and there's people going about their business and they don't even realize that you're there waiting for us in the tabernacle. These faithful women and men who no one really knows their names apart from maybe the parish priest and other people around the church, but there's not going to be any movies made about their lives, any biopics or any major documentaries. They're just faithful men and women who love you. And out of love for you and love for your church, they do a tremendous service. First in their lives of prayer, in praying and keeping you company. Jesus, how good it is to just keep you company, to be with you in the church, to talk to you in the Blessed Sacrament, to visit you in the tabernacles throughout the world, to talk to your mother, Our Lady, to pray the rosary. How many groups of dedicated, faithful women and men every day gather to pray the rosary? I know a priest who, when he was a young priest, he would ask the women who would gather to pray the rosary every morning in the church what they're praying for. Like, what are we praying for? And this was in the early 1980s, and they would say, well, we're praying for an end to communism. And he'd be like, oh, okay, like that's 4 or 5 ladies gathering in the church every morning praying for an end to communism. But then when the Berlin Wall fell, he's like, wow, like they're praying for an end to a totalitarian state. And now communism is not totally banished from all parts of the world, but still these prayers, they actually do something. They're effective, way more effective than so many other things that we can come up with. And so Jesus, just in a special way today, we want to thank you for those dedicated servants. And maybe in these moments of prayer with you, we can thank you for them. We can be grateful for the great service they provide. We can think about, are there women or men in our own church community who do those acts of service? And can we thank them in your name? Can we do something to help them? So much of the works of your church, Jesus, happened because of the dedication of these faithful souls who pray and who fast even when nobody sees. And so, Jesus, we thank you for this. We thank you for them, and we want to follow their example. Anna from Asher, not at all famous, but great in your eyes, and given this great honor of proclaiming you and encountering you when you, her God, came into the temple. Mary, help us to give these hidden acts of love and service all for the glory of Jesus. I thank you, my God, for the good resolutions, affections, and inspirations which you have communicated to me in this meditation. I ask your help in putting them into effect. My Immaculate Mother, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.